Hello, my name is Dmitry, and welcome to the DPLABS channel. Today our channel turns 1 year old, and we're going to show you a lot of interesting things. At the end, there will be a contest for our subscribers with amazing prizes. Usually the one whose birthday it is gets the presents, but we've decided to turn things upside down. Let's get started. Is that good? Could you see me clearly there? It's finally time to introduce you to the talented and dedicated members of our esteemed DPLABS team. We are now going to take this wonderful opportunity to present them to you right here, right now. Here they are, ready to meet you. All right, let's see who has what now. Let's go ahead and put Vanya right on the spot, right in front of the ancient mysterious artifact. So, meet Ivan. He doesn't drink or smoke. Why is that, Ivan? I truly can't take this anymore. All right, everyone, for a moment, let's now present him to you all. The very first, and indeed the most crucial member of our dedicated and hardworking team. Yes, the inaugural and foundational member of our entire team. So who exactly are these distinguished and valued members of my exclusive and esteemed club? These are the circles of my member. The very first participant of our truly wonderful DPLABS team is Ivan. So when exactly did we first meet Ivan?
3 years ago.
He joined our awesome crew, our movement. We've already done a lot of projects. Well, we try our best, so to speak. So how does Ivan work in our...
Yeah, good, very excellent.
So Ivan is indeed he has his own channel. For those who don't know, he used to be a fan of Polo Dazel and other cool stuff. There will be a link in the description. Check it out, there's a lot of interesting stuff. And Ivan is, let's say, the youngest member of our team. You're 20 years old, right? Yes. He just turned 20. Really promising guy. He's studying by correspondence and so on. Maybe it will give him something, of course, God willing. You have undoubtedly seen him quite often in the various videos. Basically, he consistently and actively leads a significant number of important projects. Well, what else can I say? We're keeping things moving. We're going to take over the world and change reality. So, Vanya, tell us about the current projects you're involved in.
Well, I finished fixing up the titanium wagon after it got flooded.
Yeah, we had a not so successful test, so we decided to go all out, driving it through the water with Ivan, and unfortunately something quite went wrong. So it got a bit flooded.
Yeah, we're finishing up the wagon, and then we have quite ambitious plans for the ATVs. We've already successfully made our very own engines, developed our own gearboxes, and basically the bodies and the internal components are now ready. The ATV development is underway, and Dennis is in charge of that. We're also working on projects, specifically with Dennis, on a variable pitch propeller for an aerosled with a turbofan engine and a variable pitch propeller. It's quite an interesting project. Everything has already been developed for it as well. The blades have already been purchased and are just sitting there. Basically, all that's really left is to carefully mill everything out and then assemble it all. Once we put it all together, it could become our next project.
Yeah, I think first we'll build a test stand for this, where the engine will be mounted and we'll run everything there. The engine will be installed. You've probably seen it on Igor Negoda's channel, the one for the generator. It's either 120 or 100 kilowatts, but I think that's more than enough. It's going to be a real beast. Its efficiency is only about 15%, but we don't need to go far anyway. That's it. What else do we have that's interesting?
The guys with the four-wheeler are thinking about making a version 2, because it's turned out to be the most in-demand one for almost a year now. Well, I think it's been a year already. It's used every day, and we forgot to install an hour meter. It would have been really interesting to see, because honestly, while we've been standing here for an hour, it's already made about 5 trips around here.
They use it to haul sand, people, even manure. Pretty much anything you can think of.
It turned out to be really quite durable, yes. And there are definite plans to make a second version of it.
Yeah, a second version just to improve the suspension and to keep it cheap and tough, just like before. Because as practice has shown, it's a really handy thing for the farm. There are hardly any problems with it. So that's everything for today. Thank you very much for watching. All right, everyone. And guys, I have a little riddle for all of you. Who knows what this is? Please tell us. A truly terrifying and utterly mysterious thing. So the very next participant in our exciting project is Nikolai. Dibo, let's just say the truly silent genius of wood-fueled jet propulsion indeed. He has his own channel. You can find the link in the description. He loves, probably the first person in our country who made Actually, no. The first person in the Russian-speaking segment to make a wood-powered turbine. He also does drag racing. He has a crazy Zaporozhye. Just looking at it is scary. An absolutely awesome and truly talented engineer and a creative guy. Nikolai, how long have you been working with our team?
More than a year and a half.
Yeah, already a year and a half. How do you like it here?
It's great.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, Nikolai is, in short, really handy. He and Vanya are actively involved in all these numerous ongoing joint projects together. Nikolai, tell us, what other cool things are we going to do?
This very powerful four-wheeler vehicle. We're going to make a second version. We're currently finishing up the robust titanium machine. We're precisely going to take it completely off-road. We'll definitely go fording, tackling some various significant water crossings. What else after that? There's an all-terrain vehicle coming up with two powerful engines ranging from 7 to 15 kilowatts.
But that's not certain. Maybe we'll use ours. We still need to... 715. Yeah, that's our own.
The overall production. What else is there that we should take into account?
We bought a manual milling machine. They're pestering me.
We finally bought a milling machine. We carefully cleaned it up, meticulously restored it to its original condition. It's a 6T10, and we are currently learning how to effectively use it.
Well, at least we have CNC for work. You'll clearly see this particular machine. We do have CNC capabilities, but sometimes a manual machine is truly necessary because there's a significant amount that absolutely needs to be done. In short, let's just say great things await us. I truly think that we have worked together really well. Honestly, I genuinely enjoy working with all of the guys. Basically, we are definitely going to be doing a lot more work together in the future. So, moving on. What else did I really want to say? Some guys just simply can't keep their hands still because of their truly crazy ideas. It's so... They took two very beat-up old scooters and ingeniously made a unique three-wheel drive scooter. This was quite an accomplishment. It has 3 motorized wheels and is made from 2 scooters. It rides pretty sketchily. Its brakes aren't great, but it pulls me along with considerable ease and efficiency just fine. Before, it couldn't manage to get me up a challenging hill. But well, it goes now, performing admirably. The main thing is that it doesn't fall apart. Yeah, everyone here is such a truly creative type, damn it. Hold this. Let's go. I'll walk and ramble about something, and you walk a bit behind so you don't get in the shot. You see, I need to cool off for a bit. Yeah, slowly. Can you see me like this? Yeah, got it. Well, what else can I possibly tell you, folks? What kind of interesting activity have we got going on here? He's gotten into making prosthetics. So, in this prosthetic, the mechanics, well, I mean, the fingers themselves are made of titanium VT6. We made those ourselves. And now we're developing our own prosthetic. It's a single grip because I think a multi-grip doesn't make sense for a single amputation. Well, at the very least, damn, you can't even wash your hands properly with them. They just fall apart. Here's the latest one from a company. I have a prosthetic from a company, God, what's it called? Tasca Hand. It costs $4.5 million. I tore the fingers off it after riding a snowmobile for about 100 meters, basically, but this one holds up. Now we're making our own single grip out of titanium so that it's pretty affordable. We've made the electronics, the robotic fingers, and all of the internal parts. Now we're working on the gearbox. Right now it's undergoing tests. Pavel, who I'll show you a bit later, developed a gearbox for this prosthesis. What is it called again? Oh, Lord. This is a cycloidal gearbox featuring a remarkably high gear ratio. Currently, it's undergoing rigorous testing. Indeed, it has been continuously running non-stop for the entirety of the second week. We will carefully examine it afterward to determine the precise extent of any wear it has sustained. And in about a month or a month and a half, I should already be walking with my own prosthesis. We still need to find someone who can produce polyurethane shells, because that's a whole problem in itself. They do make them here, but either the polyurethane isn't right or something else is off. They're not slippery, so it's impossible to put on clothes. And this Autobock one costs $26,000 now, which is just outrageous. It's beyond good and evil. I personally tested all the electronics myself. Uncle German did a really good job, but I absolutely had to be the guinea pig, because you truly have to get used to controlling these myosensors. It turned out really well, actually even better than the Autobock one, because you can come up with many more settings and so on, you see. And what I want is this. Right now, the grip strength is 100 newtons per square centimeter, but I want it to be at least 300, so it's really strong. So those are the prospects. We also have another significant project for a large gas generator. To connect it to a specially modified diesel engine. Additionally, this really truly wasn't my original idea at all. A very long time ago, I actually bought some detailed blueprints from some rather interesting Ukrainian guys. They used it to power a rather large, quite old mill. Well, let me now show you exactly what we currently have available for you right now. I truly think that we will get it up and running very soon too. Look over there, there's a beautiful peacock running by. That is precisely how it is. So there's a lot of work to do. I think we'll be hiring more people and expanding, so to speak. So what other crazy project do we have? Well, we've already talked about all sorts of ATVs and so on. That's already been covered. Oh, there's one more exciting little project I want to tell you about. It's an advanced electrostatic speaker system. There will be a comprehensive separate video about it coming very soon. A little bit later, I'll also introduce you to my good friend Ivan as well. He's the one working on this, leading the project. There are already working prototypes. Well, you will certainly see everything very soon. All right, let me now proceed to show you our almost completely assembled gas generator as well, I believe. If you're interested, I think we'll get it running in the next month or two. Let's go film it a bit. So, guys, basically everything is welded here. We just need to finish it up. It has a water cooling jacket, and you can also get hot water from it. Basically, everything here is done smartly. In short, I'll make a separate video about it. Then there are cyclones and a scrubber for gas purification. Well, Ivan previously converted this diesel engine to spark ignition and so on. There are some issues with it, but I think we'll sort it out. We'll take care of that too. That's precisely how it is. So, distinguished gentlemen, allow me to formally introduce the next valuable member of our esteemed team. This is Mikhail. We haven't been working with him for very long. How long? Since what?
Yes, since January.
Yes, since January. Mikhail is a truly creative person, a dedicated fan of precision and absolute clarity. He does, however, have some minor issues. He genuinely likes to take on everything and simply can't say no, but we'll definitely fix that. I'll personally help with that. Mikhail, please tell us which exciting projects you're currently working on and what your honest thoughts are about working in our team overall.
The projects for the power measurement stand should definitely be completed next week. There were some difficulties. There wasn't enough strength, time, or hands for it. Many other projects are still unfinished. I bought myself a headache in the form of a T170 bulldozer. It looked fine on the outside, but in reality there were a lot of issues.
So if you're interested in the topic of restoring the bulldozer, we can also film that. Basically, it was taken apart completely, down to the last piece. So now we're going to put it back together and we'll end up with an awesome bulldozer. I used to be angry before. Why didn't I have a bulldozer? Once we have the bulldozer, everything will fall into place. I've become kinder. Actually, we really need a bulldozer. We have an industrial zone here, we got some land there, and we're going to build workshops. In general, a bulldozer is a useful thing to have in the village. Also, thanks to Mikhail, we successfully picked up those truly huge machines in Msensk and in Savolovo. We haven't forgotten about them, we just need to start by building a facility where we can work on them. We will definitely restore them, especially now. Machines like these are really needed. So, you know, well, I think Mikhail and I will work well together, and there will be plenty of other interesting projects. So, if you're interested in equipment restoration, we also bought a Tatra. That's an interesting thing as well. If you're interested, we'll film that too, bit by bit. Well, all the best. Let's keep going. All right, there. Well then, hello. This is Anna Konstantinovna. We managed to get her here. She's our main person for construction, earth moving, landscape transformation, and changing reality itself. Anna Konstantinovna, how's our workshop coming along?
The first general inspection is scheduled for August 15th, and the truly final inspection is on September 15th.
Anna Kaslin, how is it working with us? Do you like it?
It's great! I really, truly like it. We're constantly changing and updating things, but as a direct result, we are getting a very innovative, highly advanced, and high-tech workshop. More on that
later. That's just a spoiler. More on that later. Tell us about it. I'd be very interested. All the best, I hope. From your lips to God's ears. So one more little important spoiler, folks. Remember how Igor Nagoda had some significant problems with the intricate fuel cell on our hydrogen vehicle? Well, I've successfully solved that particular and challenging problem. I'll soon have a brand new, highly efficient module, one that is much more powerful and significantly lighter in weight, ready for installation. A huge thank you for this goes to our colleagues at the Institute of Problems of Chemical Physics of the Russian Academy of Sciences. And in the near future, I think I'll have the opportunity to make a video about this, to visit this research institute, so you can all see how fuel cells are developed and learn more about it in detail. I think this will be very interesting for everyone. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to our camera operators, editors, and so on. They don't work on every video. Some of the more static videos are filmed by Ivan, but you've seen them often, especially in the video about the greenhouse, which His truly exceptional camera work skills profoundly inspired everyone present at the event. But people are putting in the effort, and the quality is improving. This is Nikita here. My underground nickname is either Raccoon or Huinot. I don't even know. Whichever sounds better, depending
on the quality
of the video. Yes, they're trying. We've bought a lot of equipment. They've been running around with me all day today. Please give him a warm welcome. This is what he looks like. Right in the
comment. We try to reply to everything, both to the bad and the good one. By the way, there are actually a lot of really great comments where people write what and how to do things. We read all of that and try it out. I hope you notice how the quality of the content is growing. And it's not for nothing that we lug around this 7-kilogram beast for 6 hours each time.
Yeah, by the way, we should show it now too. And here
we can show it on this particular one. Actually, we have two almost identical cameras right here. This is a Sony Alpha 7 III model. Here we have a Tamron 28 to 75 2.8 lens attached. The lens on my second camera is exactly the same, except it's the second, newer version. It's a bit smaller, more expensive, and its autofocus is faster. Well,
so basically the guys are doing their very best, you know, really trying
everything for the content, everything for the viewers.
It's just that sometimes I mess up myself. Either I run off somewhere or I pull out the lav mic, and I really don't want to reshoot it 25 times. A great many of the things we shoot in just 2 or 3 takes. That is precisely how it truly is. Did we
do 2-3 takes?
It happened, you see, when I truly swore. As they often say, I am certainly not an actor from the Young Spectators Theatre, so please do not judge me too harshly if you would. Well, gentlemen, the year has flown by. I have genuinely enjoyed making these videos. This has been my very first experience with YouTube projects such as this one. I've found a lot of, let's say, truly wonderful people who support me throughout this journey. How should I put it? A kindred spirit. I've found a lot of kindred spirits, and now many people are working with me on the team. I think we can accomplish a lot together. So please subscribe to the channel and also give it a like. See you soon. I'm going to go meditate. Oh, damn it, this is truly unfortunate and quite frustrating. It seems we must now bid farewell for the time being, as our time together has concluded. Bye-bye.
So the very next member of the esteemed DPLABS team is Konstantin. At the moment, Konstantin is currently working with wood, but actually within the dedicated team.
He's a low voltage specialist, a plumber, an electrician like everyone here. Basically, he always does whatever needs to be done.
For now it's woodwork.
For now it's wood, yeah.
Konstantin assembled this chair completely with his own hand. What is this style called, with these buttons?
It's called deep button tufting, a Chesterfield style chair. We wanted it to turn out like a Chesterfield. Of course, this was the very first time. I've never done anything like this in my life. We watched some YouTube videos, a few bloggers. We estimated the dimensions, and well, this is what we ended up with.
It turned out better. Import and substitution.
Import and substitution, yeah. This is my most flawed project. I've never had as many mistakes as I did here. I don't think any of my other pieces have this many issues.
We'll let it stay that way then. And now the standard provocative question from Dmitry. How does he work in a team?
He works wonderfully. The team is really fantastic. I've known Dima for quite a long time, actually, indeed. We came here back then as well, at that particular time. There was no DPLABS yet, it was just Dima, and we were diligently putting things together for him. Now everything is much more interesting and engaging. The projects are steadily getting bigger and more complex, and consequently more talented people are getting involved. It's really great. We're continuously learning new things, and that's truly wonderful and rewarding.
Bloggers made it to factory.
Bloggers have made it to factory.
We were always told, go to your factories, and now we've come.
Welcome.
Yes, well, thank you very much indeed. We'll look forward to seeing you in new projects, and then we're moving on now.
All the best.
And while we were walking around, we found another one of Konstantin's projects.
This particular project is one of the integral parts of our pseudo-Asian garden, which will eventually feature a gazebo and a water wheel. The gazebo isn't quite there yet, but we've already started diligently preparing a table for it. Here things are going a little better and with fewer mistakes than with the chair. But there are still some nuances. I won't say what they are. If you're interested in these topics, leave a comment. And we'll definitely make a video about how we make mistakes in woodworking, or don't, what we did well and what we didn't. We'll tell you everything, we'll show you everything. So leave your comment,
And these spots on the sides of the wood, was that intentional or is it varnished? No, it's
Epoxy, for now, it's effectively filling the void completely, and then it will all be meticulously sanded down, and the wood will become perfectly smooth. It will all be wonderfully smooth, incredibly neat, and truly beautiful.
Now, there will definitely be people who watch tons of videos about pouring epoxy tables and will say, didn't you know the pores get filled? And all of this is our aquarium style filling. Right?
Yes, we picked up some small pebbles from just outside and also some beautiful shells. The child actually brought them from the vast sea.
There's even a little tiny fish. So we kept wandering around the vast factory and eventually found Sergei here. Sergei handles everything related to electricity for us. Right now he has a circuit board on his desk. And Sergei is truly the person who takes part in almost every single project you currently see, and even in those you don't yet see. Sergei, a very good afternoon to you.
Hello. In general, as was previously mentioned, I actively participate in about 90% of the diverse and innovative projects that happen here. At the same time, for example, in the meticulously designed greenhouse that has prominently appeared in our various videos more than once, we meticulously installed a comprehensive smart home system. This cutting-edge system is robustly based on the incredibly reliable KNX standard. It is fully and precisely controlled using an array of advanced relays and all sorts of other similar interconnected features and intelligent components. It was meticulously assembled directly by my own hands, at least partially, in terms of the intricate and sophisticated control system. I also actively participated in the development and implementation of various significant projects, including the innovative bath car, which was famously known as the so-called Red Polaris car, and in our most recent and cutting-edge endeavor, the advanced titanium cabin, a truly remarkable piece of engineering. There, we carefully assembled all the electrical systems completely from scratch and diligently handled various other important aspects, actively taking part in the entire process. And also everything else, my primary role here is both as a dedicated installer and, to some significant extent, as a system administrator. We also diligently work with the SCUD system. We meticulously check, thoroughly test, and carefully install our various new developments as they continuously come up. Well, overall, you could definitely say that.
Basically, you are truly everywhere and deeply involved in absolutely everything.
Well,
yeah, all right. That's great. A versatile team. And by the way, I don't know how this will be edited yet, but most likely you've already seen Dmitry on a 3-wheeled scooter. That was actually Sergei's invention. He had 3 scooters lying around and apparently nothing to do during work hours. That's how we ended up with the Sovocat. That
was outside of work.
A number of hours.
This particular idea was brewing for a good 3 months. We just really needed to do something with those various scooters, because one always had one specific thing broken, another always had something else entirely, and eventually the brilliant idea came to combine all 3 of them into one formidable little monster. Yeah, that's right.
We ended up with a crazy scooter that goes 25 kilometers per hour, but it accelerates to that speed in just a second and you get blown off. We should do a review of it.
Yeah.
And now, the standard provocative question from Dmitry. How is it working in the team?
This message is specifically for my Instagram account. Dmitry is a truly great guy. He has a heart of gold, wouldn't hurt a fly. You can tell the truth. Isn't that the truth? Hi.
Dmitry?
Oh, my dear brother. Oh, Jesus, all right. Please just get out of here right now.
It's really wonderful. Dmitry, as a truly exceptional leader, is indeed a genuinely wonderful and admirable person. And everyone who works here is quite happy that we're in this team.
Together as one unified group, harmony.
And we all help each other with everything. Even though I mostly work with low voltage systems, I still have to help out the electrician and the plumber. In the end, we all help each other.
As promised, we're going to have a special prize giveaway for all of our loyal subscribers. So what exactly are the rules for this exciting event? I'm about to show you exactly what we're going to be giving away. You need to tell people and perhaps even show them in which specific projects you're truly ready to use this fantastic item. And whoever I personally like the very most, that's precisely who I'll happily give it to. And everything I'm giving away is strictly for local pickup only. So please get in touch with my manager. The only exception is if you run a club or you're a school shop teacher, etc. In that case, I'll send it to you myself. So in short, send short videos and a description of how you want to use this. And honestly, if you ever do use it, just send a little video report afterwards as well. All right, let's get started. We're in my basement where I keep all sorts of equipment. Let's start with the battery. So we've got, oh my goodness, let me not lie, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on for just a moment. How many exactly do we actually have here? Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh dear. All right, now let's count them carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are approximately 40 of these small cylindrical batteries, which are quite numerous. We absolutely must show them to everyone. Let's properly film them and capture all the details for our audience to see. These are batteries for uninterruptible power supplies. They typically do not possess a high output current, but they are notably long-lasting. They are certainly not worn out. In fact, they are still in good shape. I use them in my UPS, but I have since replaced that UPS, and now, unfortunately, the output current from these batteries is not enough for my setup. There's absolutely no real point in trying to sell these items somewhere. I truly think they could be incredibly useful for someone involved in a significant UPS project or for an off-grid house. Please feel free to write to me, or even better, come by and simply take them. All right, my dear gentlemen, let's now move on to the exciting awards, or rather to our highly anticipated contest. So here we have this wonderful little box. Now I'll tell you what's inside and show you. Take a look, think about what you might need. There are quite a few things here that are pretty much new. Where did they come from? I often order all sorts of different models from AliExpress. So these things are left over. They're actually useful items. I don't really feel like selling them anywhere. I think someone will find them useful. All right, let's get started. So, what do we have here? Here we have this wonderful little box. I think this could be given to some school maybe. Here we have two distinct models of fuel cells, just like this. One is specifically designed for a proton exchange membrane. It's not incredibly powerful, but for example, it can be effectively used to clearly show young children exactly how these fuel cells truly operate. One of them is an electrolyzer. So it can be used to produce not just any gas, not Brown's gas, but specifically hydrogen. And the second part is actually the fuel cell itself. I don't remember exactly. Maybe it's small. Maybe half a watt or a watt, but it's good enough for some DIY projects. So if anyone's interested, let me know about all that. Next, I don't know if anyone will actually find this particularly useful. It's just left for writing a car number. Just kidding, of course. Then, how exactly should I call it? It's kind of a media center, a pretty cool and interesting device. I picked up a lot of these, by the way. You can easily reflash them to run Linux. I have personally used them in some of my various projects. Here's this little gadget. I forgot what processor is in there. Anyway, this is just a standard HDMI port. It's powered by USB. It has 8 gigs. Well, you can watch movies on it and so on. The thing is really brand new. Just let me know if you want it. I'll give it away to someone. All right, let's close this up and move on. Okay, everything here is junk. There's nothing here. This isn't it. All right then, let's just keep going forward. Maybe someone will find this useful. Oh my. PowerBridge M5. It's a pretty old piece of equipment, but it basically still works quite well. It also features a very wideband antenna. I mean, it's actually a directional pretty panel type antenna. I used it myself. It truly works. So if you genuinely and absolutely need it, please do take it. All right then, next up we have something else. For anyone into electronics, we had a ton of these connectors for one project. Let me show you. Here, I'll give them to you. They're new. I don't need them for anything anymore. Just a second, a moment. Let's do a little bit of scavenging around here, shall we? This is precisely the kind of connector it is indeed, you see. I will now proceed to unscrew it. It's proving to be quite a challenge to accomplish this task with my rather clumsy hands. I genuinely find myself in need of some immediate assistance right at this moment. I simply want to thoroughly demonstrate this process to you all. Let's take it off for a little while. It's a very simple 2-pin connector. It actually seems to be quite sealed, but here it's for specific soldering, though you can use it in your own projects. There are a lot of them. In one single pack, it states right here, there are indeed 50 individual pieces as far as I can understand. Probably so. And now, let us see exactly how many packs we currently have. That is just one, okay? We will sort this entire situation out at a later point in time. Lord, I need to take 2 to 3 out of here. And this one is just 2 months new only. We are looking at the number 4, and then of course the number 5. Damn, this is heavy. We are counting the numbers. 6, followed by 7, then 8, subsequently 9, and finally the number 10. From 11 to 14, in short, 14 of these small little fingers. Oh, please, right, take them, come pick them up, maybe grab something else, something useful at the very same time. So, next up, there's this particular battery pack. I honestly don't even remember how many volts it is. The BMS is actually from some kind of hybrid vehicle. I truly have no idea if the actual batteries inside are still working. It simply doesn't work. If you genuinely want to use it for something specific, please go right ahead. If you really need me to measure its current state, I have a reliable tester right here with me now. Should I thoroughly check it, or perhaps not? Well, let's do it next time. Just write to me and I'll measure it. I gave one to someone and it was working. That's it. Here are some either titanate or lithium ion ones, not sure. So what do we have next? Here are these particular batteries. They're still very much alive. Well, not completely, but perhaps you can certainly use them somewhere important, but not dead. Three. How much do we have in total? Oh my God. 4. 5, 6, 7. In short, 7 pieces. 5. 6. 7. So what's next? Next we have gearbox with differential. This is from a city cockpit, right? It barely got used because we swapped it out for another one and only rode it a little bit. You can put the engine back in, the rails go in right here. You could make a trike out of it, or maybe something else. Take it. So here's a used but working controller for it. I already forgot what the outputs are here and what they mean, but it worked, it's not burnt out. It's rated for 100 amps, 2,200 watts. There you go. So here's something that's not exactly brand new. It's a highly efficient frequency drive specifically designed for various types of pumps. One works, one doesn't. I just installed a different one. If you have electronics people, take it, fix it up. It's a good piece of equipment. So you simply connect a pressure sensor to it and it can effectively turn a regular, ordinary pump into a precisely controlled one. A full. Basically, I don't even remember what its power rating is. About a couple of kilowatts, I think. So I have 2 of these. Maybe you can make 2 working ones out of the part. I just haven't gotten around to it. It's somewhere over there. Look, it's still working. The circuit board on it is kind of crappy. I already had to put a jumper in. The contacts here keep burning out, but it was still working. Anyway, take a look and take it if you want. All right, next. I have a truly wonderful brand new panel here. You could potentially use it for an electric car, for example, or perhaps for something else entirely. It's completely unused. Here, just take a look. Let me show you. That's what it's called. Take it if you need it. So what else is there to consider? All right, Wi-Fi antennas. If anyone really needs them, they typically have this specific kind of SMH connector. These were also for a project, but now I have nowhere to use them. If anyone needs them, take them. So here's this little thing. It's a Wi-Fi camera made with an ESP32. It works, and if anyone needs it, I had a lot of these, also for a project I was working on. So, Modbus, a relay, even new and unused. Why so many ports? How many are there? 32, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So, 32 ports in total. You can use it in smart home systems or somewhere else. Describe what you need it for. It's brand new, not even unpacked. All right, gentlemen. Wait, that's not it. What's this? All right. Here's another 4-port Modbus relay. Also brand new, like this one. A single-port Modbus relay. Okay. Here's another one. Vasya. 2 8-port ones. I tried working with one of them and everything worked perfectly. Sometimes it would glitch a little bit. I honestly don't know. Maybe you truly need to update the firmware, or perhaps you'll figure it out, but it's definitely not suitable for critical systems. Otherwise, it's perfectly fine. Wow, wow, wow. So relays, 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 gentlemen, relays, relays, lots and lots of relays. Show team. So here's another one, an 8-port, 2 dual-port ones, and some 4-port ones. So you can, just so the description is clear, although nothing is really written here. All right, but you'll find the more complicated stuff later. Did I describe it somewhere? Are there registers? Well, whoever understands will figure it out. Okay, let's move on. Here's a little screen like this. It was attached to this, to the Orange Pi or something like that. Yeah, it's from them, like you could make a little phone out of it yourself. Here it is, brand new, working. It got a bit scratched up just from lying around, but it seems to be fine. All right, moving on. Well, it'll do for electronics project. Honestly, I don't even know what this is. What was this little screen used for? Here's another little screen. Bought somewhere on AliExpress, even still has the protective film on it. There's no lock on it at all. Well, I should take it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are Orange Pi. Oh, let's quickly grab them now. Here are 5 brand new pristine Orange Pi boards, absolutely fresh and untouched. I will now proceed to show you precisely which specific model they are, providing all the necessary details and specifications. So here it is, completely brand new, just like this, in its original unopened packaging, ready to be unveiled. All right, this is, let me just quickly write orange, damn it. Oh no, crap. This is an Orange Pi 2G, and here it perfectly fits a standard SIM card. Everything, and Linux can be easily installed, you know, which is quite convenient. Well, it's a nice new gadget, gotta have it. Just let me know. I'll even put the manual back in its place. I forgot another relay, a 4-port one. So, what exactly are you, to be precise? Another kind of Orange Pi? This one is only 3G. You can put a SIM card in it and use 3G, you see. It's a bit worn out, but it's alive and working. You can connect monitors here and some other stuff too. And here we have a single port relay as well. So here we have a flexible, quite interesting little screen. It used to work perfectly, but unfortunately, as you can clearly see, the ribbon cable got completely torn. Otherwise, it was fully working. It could even be painful to touch. You could easily connect HDMI to it. And if someone out there can truly fix it, it really bends quite a lot. I don't know what the exact resolution is, but it worked absolutely fine. Let's put it down very carefully. I won't even touch it myself. Let's take a closer look. So, this is a kind of screen, or perhaps not even a screen at all. I'm not entirely sure what to precisely call it. It has prod and TD in it, and it also has a Modbus output. Please take a good look. Maybe someone will need it for some project. It's absolutely new. You could make something based on it. By the way, here's a little cable for programming it. Well, at least something like this, I don't know, with actual proper isolation or something similar to that, so it will definitely come as a complete set with it. We have 2 of these. As far as I clearly understand, up to 2. Here's another one just like that, and so on. Here's a robust cable like this. Snezhin, do you genuinely need it or not? It's completely waterproof. You don't remember the connector from the specific one that's typically used on a boat or something similar, right? Stop. So, once again, we're taking apart the Pi. This is also a 2G. And here's another one just without packaging. And this is the one we experimented with, just a disassembled Pi, some tiny one, just a little seed, not all of them. What's it called? Let me tell you, Pi 02. Here it is, it works. I always rigged up a little heatsink for it because it heats up like crazy. All right, let's take a look. There are a lot of little displays here. Here's a new one, still in its film, this kind of display. Take a look. You can see the marking, right? Check it out, write it down. Okay, next. This one, as I understand, is the same, right? All right. Oh, this is a mouse board, also a board. Look, it's old, might still work, maybe someone's interested. It's like a Raspberry or something, right? Here you go. Then there's this kind of little screen, and it's got a marking. Here it is. And SPI and something else at least. And here it is, basically brand new in its original protective film, just like this, exactly like this. What? 500 minutes moving on with the various screens that are presented. Here's one particular screen. which I believe I have already shown previously, and then there's a second distinct screen, and then, oh, here's some entirely unknown and mysterious thing appearing again of the very same kind with very unclear and indistinct marking. And but there are these particular SPI ones, if anyone happens to know, OLED boards. I personally have a lot of them. Here's a tiny little one, and there's an even smaller one, which is really quite handy to use in all sorts of small, interesting little gadgets. So again, here's a rather small screen, also a vibrant OLED one. Oh, then there's another interesting one specifically for the versatile Raspberry Pi. Please don't accidentally break it, Norik. So you can see, there's quite a bunch of these incredibly tiny screens. Some of these I've carefully taken apart, while others I haven't yet. Well, the plan is to take them, thoroughly figure them out. Next up, there will be some of my very own personal creations, and they're completely encrypted, just like these other small, intricate OLED displays. All right, so that is precisely what it actually looks like. So then again, here's a single port Modbus relay. You've seen these before. I don't know how many there are. Count them yourself. Again, here's a little screen like this with a touch screen. It's kind of like its little brother. So here's another one, also a small OLED screen. All right, moving on to the more exotic and interesting stuff. Look at this. Who made this? My goodness, it's quite remarkable. An electronic ink display, like this one. A two-color display. If anyone figures out precisely how to connect it successfully, you're absolutely welcome to take it. It's 400 by 300. I've connected similar ones in one project and port, so I'll definitely pack it up for you too, as it could be very useful. Next up for the screens, here's this rather weird one. I honestly don't even know what specific interface it actually uses. You'll have to figure it out, thanks. It's approximately this particular size, well, something quite similar to that. And look closely, you can definitely find the marking somewhere on it. And you find something like this. It's new, never used, still with the protective film on it. Take it if you want. So, here's another one for, it has an HDMI interface, ready to go, as they say. Powered by USB. I turned it on, it works. I don't remember why I got it. Well, maybe someone can do something interesting with it. You can connect it to a computer. All right, next up, here's another brand new one in this particular format. Also completely new, here you go. Let's take a closer look at this one. Moving on, oh my. Here's another rather small yet significant screen featuring this particular kind of user interface, which is also completely brand new and innovative. Then what we have here is a distinct screen with a completely separate and independent touchscreen. The actual display screen itself and the responsive touchscreen component is precisely placed directly on top of it. So this one here could be used as an onboard computer or for an electric car, something in that shape. It has some kind of interface. This is for the touch screen, as far as I understand, and this is the video interface. So basically, that's what this gadget is. All right, next. And next, there's also this rather interesting kind of screen. It actually comes complete with its very own dedicated controller. And there's some specialized software for it available somewhere, so you can easily load in many different icons. That's precisely what it's called, and it's a 7-inch model. Here it is right here. You could potentially use it somewhere else as well, perhaps in a different setup. So do we have anything left or not? And finally, maybe this could also go somewhere in the physics classroom. This is a multi-stage, low temperature, well, you know, a Peltier element. I don't remember exactly what temperatures it can reach. Here's the label. Take a look. You can get really low temperatures with good cooling. You could build a Wilson chamber or some other contraption with it. If anyone needs it, I'll give it away for repurposing. It's brand new, never burned out. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've ended up with quite a cart full of goodies. There you go. I'm giving it away wholeheartedly. I hope no one is going to resell it on Avito. I'm counting on your conscience. If not, well, God will be your judge. All right, that's it. Oh, and this. Anyway, the description will say where to send your applications. Email me there. Preferably send a short video about yourself. Tell me what exactly you're planning, what specific project you want to use this for. Once again, I remind you, pick up only. But if you're, say, a teacher of shop class, physics, or you run some kind of club for kids, then I can deliver it myself.